Dang, so it's gonna work for
Yeah. Oh,
me.
we're already live somehow, and I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm trying to see if I can even hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. I think.
Well, I'm at the dog park right now, so
Mhm.
it is like 5G towers over here, so my phone don't be working too great.
Mhm. Well, I hear you. I actually hear you pretty good. You were just staticky in the beginning, but if it messes up, I mean, we could have. Girl, your little butterflies on your glasses. I thought they were moving. Oh my
They're
god.
actually bees.
Oh, they're cute. I was like, wait, what's that? The locusts. The locust. It's the plane.
Wow, I have some locusts on my. That
From the
locusts have
plane.
a specific symbolism too, and I don't remember what it means. I wish I could remember what it means, but I don't.
Oh,
But
probably something
yeah,
with.
I'm at the dog park, everyone. I messed up. I don't know if it's gonna turn, is it? Yeah. There's my dog, Brendan Happy. It's a bunch of dogs here, it's a bunch of people.
This is his happy place.
It for real is.
If
It
you
just
need.
kinda sucks because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll be completely honest. I I'm not in a super great mood right now. Like bubbly, talkative mood.
Mm,
And so it's a lot of people here
yeah.
that I don't want to talk to right now.
Well, they can't talk to you if you on the phone. So hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk to the Lord in the audience today. Okay, and
Yeah.
we're gonna pick up that
Let me
mood.
see if I can share this real quick. I don't
Mhm.
know if it'll let me.
Oh. Oh, you did it. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I thought it was gonna let me pull up this Bible app, but it's not going to. So you're gonna have to read today.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Um. All right. Well, I'm gonna do a mini recap.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were reading about the eighth plague. And it was about the locusts. So Moses went to Pharaoh and he told them, again, let my people go. Um, that my Lord said to let the people of let my Hebrews go, basically. And
I
um,
might be leaving here.
and then Pharaoh basically said, yeah,
You know
uh,
how to make it slide down?
let them, like, I'll let your people go. Go ahead and tell your
Hey,
to stop the lotus from coming. But they
this boy.
actually let me.
Be nice. Yep. Ow. Oh, okay. As long
Um,
as they're, yeah.
okay, so yeah, so the
I
lotus.
think they're playing. I just want to make sure because he keeps grabbing her neck. He doesn't usually do that. Zane, Zane, cut it out. Cut it out. Take a break. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're right. I watch her too. She plays rough sometimes too. Clearly, she wants it because she keeps coming back. Yeah. Take a break. Yeah. We're actually gonna leave. Uh, I'm just gonna leave so we can focus.
Oh, I was gonna say too, like, you could you could have set it down and then yeah, it might be a distraction. I was gonna say you could set the phone down for a minute and I could just do a recap.
Oh, I mean, I could.
Yeah,
Then
and then
I'd
we
just
could
be
just
walking away, trying to focus on my dog. So we're just gonna leave.
oh
We're just gonna leave. Oops, sorry, pup. But you can continue your recap.
oh so yeah, so basically y'all, the locusts, the Lord brings the locusts in to the city of Pharaoh, and y'all, it's basically covered, like, it brought darkness to the land of Egypt so that you couldn't see anything because that's how many locusts were there. So it ate up the plants, any type of animals that was left there, um, and basically just left them with nothing. And Pharaoh's like Moses, tell your Lord to take this away from us so that I can let the people of the Israelites go. And um, so Moses go back to the Lord, tells him what he says, and then um, he takes the locust away, and boom, uh, Pharaoh does that thing again where he's like just playing like I'm not letting the people of
Psych.
Israelites go. Like, psych. What you say? You said psych?
Yeah.
Yes, girl. So he's playing games already, y'all, and you already know if you've been watching, he's been pulling this for. So we're on the eighth plague, so he's been pulling this for 8 plagues already. Um, and then on the ninth plague, um, the ninth plague is darkness. So I'm trying to see how many days this lasted for. Um, so Moses
I
says
think
once
it
again,
was.
oh, huh?
Wait, darkness was the.
Yeah, the
Oh,
ninth plague.
I think it lasted for 3 days.
Yeah, it did. So Moses goes to Pharaoh and is like, again, let my people go as the Lord has commanded. And Moses is like, and Pharaoh's like, no, basically, I'm not going to do that. And he brings darkness into the land of Egypt for 3 days. Um, goes to where I want to go. Uh, and then basically, I don't know exact. So basically, after that, um, Pharaoh calls to Moses and said, "Go serve." Like he's telling Moses to go serve his Lord, and that all the Hebrews go with you, and let your flocks and herd remain. Um, you must also let us have. Hold on. So I think this is the part where basically Pharaoh's trying to say that Moses and his people and his God are like demonic or whatever, like they're evil, like they're full of
Oh,
darkness.
like he's projecting. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's basically projecting that onto him.
Sit
Um,
down. Down.
And then, but Moses said, well, if you want us to go, you must also let us have our sacrifices burnt offering so we may sacrifice to the Lord. And we're taking our livestock with us. So nothing shall remain that's of the Hebrews. And, um, you know, what else? Yeah, basically, Pharaoh's like, get out, get away from me, and I never want to see your face again. Um, and then Moses like, bet, like that's fine. Like, I don't want to see your face. Basically, he's saying in his head, he's just like agreeing with Pharaoh, like, yep, I will never have to see you again. Like we're,
Yeah.
like deuces.
Yeah.
um, and then the final plague is a threat. Um, So This is the one where um what did he say? He said like he was basically saying the Lord said to Moses, um every what is it? Every man of his neighbor and every woman of their neighbor for silver and gold jewelry, that he was gonna take like anything valuable from the people and give it to the Hebrew. Is that what you remember? From the Israelites?
Huh?
When he was talking about the gold and silver, um like he was like, you're gonna knock on every door and out of the in the land of Egypt, and you're gonna ask for your neighbors and ask them to give up their gold and their jewelry and give it to the Hebrews. Basically, clean them
I,
out of any blessings they had left.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Um. And then so Moses Moses said, so the Lord tells the people of Egypt and the Israelites that every firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn of the slave girl who is behind the handmill, of all the firstborn cattle. So basically, this threat, as they said, is they're gonna have to sacrifice the firstborn of everybody. So whoever was the firstborn is going to die, and that includes like Pharaoh and his. Pharaoh's the son. Like Pharaoh has a son, so he's gonna end up, dying. Um, if they don't come to a if he don't come to a surrender. Um, and then the Lord said to Moses, what did he say? So I guess what happens again right now is Pharaoh's heart is hardened again. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the people of Israel go out of his land, even after that threat of killing the firstborn. So um, we already know that Pharaoh's to a point where he don't care about nobody except himself. He don't care about his son. He don't care about his family, his community. Like he just don't care. So we're kind of to this point. Moses is hot. Like Moses hasn't been mad, but Moses is upset now. Like he's kind of over it at this point. And the Lord is over it too because of how harsh the punishments and the repercussions are starting to get. So now now we're in the Passover on 12. So we're kind of seeing what's brewing after all this. You want me to?
There's something I just noticed too, which is the fact that it does continue to say that the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he's behaving, it probably does have to do with his own will, but it's intensified because the Lord made it that way. Lord
Yeah.
intensified it.
You know what? So this is different than what he's been saying. Is that what you're saying? Like the wording's changed. So before they were saying that Pharaoh's heart was hardened and he would not listen to them as the Lord said. But now we're towards the last of the plagues, and he's like, and it says the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart and he did not let the people go out of his land. So
Yeah,
the term changed. So now it's saying the Lord hardened his heart, where before it was just Pharaoh's heart was hardened, like
yeah,
from him. So that's actually interesting.
yeah,
I don't know if that's a big thing or not, but that's a whole different that's a whole different line. Okay. Um, did you want me to read while you're driving, or you want me to wait?
You can start reading.
Okay.
But then we gotta do our prayer.
Oh. Okay. Um,
You can go
the
off
Lord.
with the prayer.
Huh?
You can go off with the prayer. Probably not gonna add.
Okay. Um, Lord, I pray that you get Leo home safely. And that we bless the spaces that we're in, and just, lay a hand on us, of love, protection. Continue to bless us, continue to help us see the light in dark situations, and see, um, and have the faith that we know our blessings are just around the corner, and just ready um, to be present, um, Lord, and just remind us to be grateful for everything that we have currently, um, even if it's not, everything that we are we are wanting at this moment. But just help us to see that there's a lot of things to be grateful for. Um, Help us to heal for parts. Um, Help us to heal, anything that we may be missing, that we need to heal within ourselves, and just guide us to follow what our heart desires, and just express ourselves in a place of love. Just show everybody love. Remind your people to continue to show love to everybody around them, and just give us the knowledge and the wisdom, and be here with us, and present us with your message that we need to give out to your people, and give us the energy. Continue to give us the energy as the weather is changing and it's getting colder. Just continue to give us that warmth, and just positive energy. In Jesus' name, Amen.
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 And I just got home.
Okay, perfect, girl. Because I was like, look, I don't want you getting distracted. um, you want me to wait till you get in, or what?
Um, you don't have to. Go ahead and
All
start.
right, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get into it. Um, okay. So the Lord said to, this is the Passover, chapter 12, and we're reading the English Standard Version. Um, okay, and we're in Exodus. So the Lord said to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, "This month shall be for you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year for you. Tell all the congregation of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, every man shall take a lamb according to their father's houses, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too small for a lamb, then he and his nearest neighbor shall take according to the number of persons, according to what each can eat. You shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of this month, when the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill their lambs at twilight. Mm. This is intense. They're basically doing like a really big sacrifice, talking about everybody's gonna kill their lamb at twilight, which I'm assuming is like midnight.
Oh, so this is the part where they have, in order to protect their oldest from being killed,
Oh, wow.
they have to have a big sacrifice.
That's
They have to
interesting.
have the blood of the lamb.
Ooh. Woo.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's interesting how it basically said like too like your lamb shouldn't have any blemishes, so it must be a perfect looking lamb. And it has to be 1 years old and it has to be a male. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting how it has to be specific things about it,
Yeah,
about the lamb.
that's very
Because
interesting.
I actually didn't know that. 'Cause remember when we saw the movie, I was like, if anybody was smart, Kishi, why are you grabbing me?
Oh,
But I was
which
like, if anybody was smart, they would have took the blood from the river.
oh, um, another thing that came to my mind too, though, is I think because in 1 year an animal is pretty much fully grown, so that
Um, I think it's talking about the purity of the animal. 'Cause within a year, any animal, like animals kind of grow faster than people. But
Mhm.
even in a year, no animal should be like reproducing within a year of its life.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be defiled anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Um. Okay.
She,
Then they.
what's wrong
Oh.
with you?
Oh. All right, I'm gonna continue reading. Then they shall take some of the blood and put it on 2 doorposts and the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. They shall eat the flesh that night, roasted on the fire, with unleavened bread and bitter herbs they shall eat it. Do not eat any of it raw or boiled in water, but roasted.
What is it?
So they're talking about the lamb. Like that lamb has to be cooked a specific way. Don't eat it raw, don't boil it, but roast it on fire.
Oh,
They want it to be cooked by flames. It,
so they have to and eat.
oh, so take the blood of the lamb and put it on the door, on the front door, and put
Mm-hmm.
it in a and also put it in the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. So that's
Put the
I've
blood
heard
in the
about a
lentils.
lintel. A lintel sounds like a bowl to me.
Lentil sounds like beans to
Oh,
me.
hold on. They no, it's not spelled that. But hold on. Put on the 2 doorsteps and the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. I wonder if the lintel is kind of another word for another part of the front door, because they say put it on the 2 doorposts and the lintel of the house in which they eat it. So who knows? I'm not too
The
sure.
two doorposts and the lintel of the house. So
Yeah.
maybe it's talking about the door. The in the movie, what they did was they put it on the side, and then overhead of the door. Maybe
Oh
that's what
yeah,
it's talking about.
that's what that could be. Yep, on top
Hmm.
then. Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. So after that, he was like, and then its head with its legs and inner parts, and you shall let none of it remain until the morning. Anything that remains until morning, you shall burn. Ooh. So no leftovers, and they have to keep the organs of the animal intact.
Oh,
Yeah, it says they want its inner parts basically intact.
but then in the morning they have to burn it.
Well, whatever they don't finish eating once they eat, they can't have any leftover, so they'll have to burn it.
Oh, oh.
So it's basically like a one meal thing, and once they get done eating it, they can't go back and have another meal
I'm
from it.
saying some more. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, which kind of got me thinking. I feel like it's more so a lot of the energy behind it as well. Like all these people are doing the exact same thing at this time, cooking it the same way with the same intention. Like that's a
Yeah.
lot of power. That's a lot of
Yeah.
food being thrown out. And in the midnight when the moon is out too. It yeah.
I wonder if it was like a certain position that the moon was in. Like if
I
it was
wish
a
they would have
full moon
mentioned.
or a new moon. Yeah.
I bet you it was a full moon, huh? Or a new moon.
Yeah. One or the other, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Something about it makes me think about something about it make me feel like maybe it was a new moon. I don't know if that's true, but I kind of feel like maybe if it was, it possibly was a new moon for
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're about to go after this event. They're gonna be free, so it's like they're starting something new, new venture, new journey after
Yeah.
this big sacrifice and great intention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. um. All right. So they said no leftovers. In this manner you shall eat it, with your belt fastened, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt that night, and I will strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and on all gods of Egypt I will execute judgments. I am the Lord. What? What's he mean? I will execute judgments. Like anybody who don't agree with his method, you about to
I
execute?
think I think that's just him pretty much saying he's gonna go through the land, and whoever has not followed those exact rules to the T is gonna be the one that has their firstborn sacrifice.
Oh, well, okay.
And it doesn't matter by what nobody says or how if they like make it look like they followed the rules to the T. Like, say for example, if somebody were to put the blood of the lamb on their door, but
Mm-hmm.
they didn't roast the food,
Mm.
or let's say they put the blood of the lamb on the door and they saved leftovers,
Mm-hmm.
they were still potentially going to get sacrificed, their firstborn.
Yeah, that's deep. Oh no. Okay. Okay. So where we at here? This is a big chapter. Okay. The blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are,
I don't know where
and
it is right now.
and when I see
Please move.
the blood, I will
Move.
pass. Huh?
Sorry, I was telling this dog to move.
Oh,
I
my
said
bad.
I would pull out the Bible, but I don't know where it is right now.
Oh, okay. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will befall you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. This day shall be for you a memorial day, and you shall keep it as a feast to the Lord throughout the generations, as a statute forever. You shall keep it as a feast. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall remove leaven out of your houses, for if anyone eats what is leavened from the first day until the seventh, the person shall be cut off from Israel. On the
Huh?
first day, huh? Oh, on
So, keep reading,
okay,
and then pause when you're done.
okay. On the first day you shall hold a holy assembly, and on the seventh day a holy assembly. Hold on the seventh day a holy assembly. No work shall be done on those days, but what everyone needs to eat, that alone may be prepared by you. And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread from the very day I brought your hosts out of the land of Egypt. Um, well, I can stop here for a second, girl. It's a big chapter. But they're talking about Memorial Day.
Are they talking about Memorial Day, or are they talking? Because it kind
It,
of sounds like maybe not, like not completely, but maybe that's what Lent is. Is that what that is? Because they're not talking about one day. They said 7 days. This is a whole week.
oh, is Lent? I thought Lent is like they be saying that Lent is like 60 days.
I don't know.
Lent, from
I
what
don't
I
know, but I know Lent lasts longer than a day. I thought it was only a week.
boy, I thought Lent was longer. Cause what I remember is I could have sworn it was like at least a month where you give up something. But you could be right, but I don't remember. I just thought it was longer, but I was younger, so I guess when you're a kid, everything seems longer than what it
Yeah.
is. But I feel like it went on for some weeks, y'all.
Let me see.
Uh,
I can
yeah,
look it
please,
up.
please. Oh, I forgot I have my other phone. I could start bringing it in here. And I also think too. I think he's saying the same thing though. Oh, yeah. I was like, I know. Because I remember, like, it would last so long where people would keep talking about it. Like, and, you know,
Potentially, whatever this is that we're talking about, we don't do this no more.
mm-mm. It's crazy because it's kind of some of the same values of what he did for that, for the sacrifice at midnight. It's kind of like he's like, you can eat this bread or whatever, but you can't eat the leftovers after that day. He said that again. He said,
Oh,
or hold on. Oh, my bad, y'all. I think he means so in that week time frame, don't eat like the stuff you was eating. But I'm a little confused. Maybe he means don't eat the same foods that you were from the same foods that you were eating during that week, because he's talking about a bread. You shall eat unleavened bread on the first day. You shall remove the leaven out of your houses, for if anyone eats what is leavened from the first day until the seventh day, yeah, you'll be cut off. So you can't eat from that same bread during that week or something. Like,
it looks like I can join you now. I can just read it on my computer.
okay, perfect. Because it is confusing.
And
A lot of stuff going on right now.
12.
16.
What? No, the chapter.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, 12.
I was gonna
12.
say, ain't no way we at 16.
You would have been like, girl, you led us in the wrong direction. This is interesting, though. So this is lasting for a week, y'all.
Okay.
And he's talking about holding a holy assembly on the first day and on the seventh day. Oh, my bad. I think I read the verse into the future. You say you wanted to continue on? We'll probably be
I'm
able.
sorry, I'm just trying to catch up and actually read it so
Uh,
I can know what the heck you're talking about. I'm just like kind of skimming over it real quick.
yeah. Um, did I read this?
Oh.
I think I read this. I think I'm on 17. But hold on, y'all, real quick. Because I think on 17,
I see the blood I will pass over you. No plague will be.
I'm going to just wait.
This day shall be for you a memorial day, and you shall keep it as a feast to the Lord throughout your generations, as a statute forever. You shall keep it as a feast. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. So, what is unleavened bread?
I mean, I just thought it was some type of bread that
And the
they make
first
from.
day you shall remove leaven out. Let me look this word. Oh, it's a specific type of bread. Look kind of like naan
Yeah.
bread.
Let me see.
Any of a wide variety of bread, which are prepared without using rising agents such as yeast. Oh,
Interesting. So alternative bread, like
is
whole,
that like is that like naan bread or no? Oh, so one of yeah, kind of like naan bread or Ezekiel bread.
like Ezekiel, or well, what I think about is I think about like bread made out of alternative flour and not yeast, like not regular flour, like almond flour. Um. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's actually a different type. That's like the Indian bread that they be making. Like that's way like even more older version of making that, because I feel like naan bread is a little more uh like, oh my gosh, not as old as what I'm seeing right there. That's some thin stuff. Like people probably been doing that since whew, long time in these times.
I wonder if you could use it, the masa that you make tortillas out of.
I don't know, cause masa has a different consistency, so I'm not sure. But I mean, they make tortillas like really thin ones, so I guess I just feel like
I don't know
masa.
a recipe.
Yeah, girl. Well, I'm glad I know what that looks like though.
Yeah, so it's 7 days you should eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall remove leaven out of from the first day until the first day of April. So
So they can't eat it.
exactly does leaven mean? Like what is the definition?
Oh, you looked up unleavened bread?
Unleavened bread was.
Mm-hmm. I think he's just talking in general. Like take that whole bread
A
and don't.
substance used in dough or batter to make it rise, such as yeast or baking powder. So anything to make bread rise. Quality or element that permeates and modifies or transforms something for the better. Oh, so it's a substance that changes something from one form to another. That's
Whoa,
what yeast is. So anything that can't eat it for 7 days.
that's interesting. Cause now this got me thinking like yeast. I'm so
Let's
confused.
see.
So to avoid, hold on, to avoid in those times, to avoid the amount of yeast or whatever, like, cause from what I'm thinking, like for making bread, is the more longer that you leave it, the more like dough rises. Like that's all yeast stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking like naturally, would you cook it sooner then to avoid the potency of yeast? Because the more you leave it, the more it's gonna create.
And
That,
unless you don't add the yeast in it, I mean, if you don't add the yeast in it and you leave some bread, it's probably not going to rise. It's probably just going to stay the same. I don't know.
I
I don't
guess
know what it's
I'm
called.
lost because I don't remember how they make homemade yeast.
But okay, so the origins is Latin. So it says leave it leave means to lift, and means to relief. And so leaving what it was translated to in Old French, and now we use
Hmm.
leaven. Leaven, that's how you say it.
Well, I after this Bible subject, I literally want to look deeper into this though, because this is crazy.
Yeah,
Like it seemed like almost like we shouldn't even be eating that much yeast. Then that's kind of what that's giving me.
yeah.
I think
What is
yeast is
leaven
really
in
bad for the
food?
body. What it kind of sound like.
So there's some extra information. This is just off of Google, but some extra information is a number of substances used in dough. Oh yeah. So anything in dough foaming, like to bubble gases. Um, Basically anything cause gas buildup.
That's interesting. That's deep. That's deep, y'all. This is deep because you got to think about the world that we're living in right now. Yeast is in everything. Like bread is life out here in the United States.
I think it's interesting for the simple fact that I never knew this day. It's a specific day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never heard anybody talk about this.
Well, I think it's interesting that they all took the month out of it. They took the like so we can kind of pinpoint to what month it is. Usually they give us a little like, tell us something like about the third month, the fourth month. This ain't giving us nothing.
They really did that was
Yeah.
we have to
Well,
kind of figure it out on our own. Do
well,
some calculation.
actually, it doesn't say, but it does say um the beginning of the month. So I guess it's towards like the first couple of months in the year, I'm thinking.
It says at the beginning of the month.
It says on chapter 12, I'm just saying, like, this chapter starts off talking about this month shall be for you the beginning of months. It shall be the
Oh,
first month of the year for you. Hold on. It said the first month of the year for you.
oh,
New Year, like,
so this is New Year's.
yeah, the first week of it, maybe?
So the first week, so January 1st through 7th, we shouldn't be eating no yeasty bread. Okay. I
Well,
didn't even see that, so I'm glad you went back.
this is also might be the time too where where he just did the sacrifice too.
Huh?
I
That's
think
what I'm
this,
saying, right? Yeah.
yeah,
This is so the first day of the month of the year is the day that they held the sacrifice.
yep,
And then
second
this
week.
same day is also supposed to be a day of like remember it. Oh, I put it. Look,
Oh,
New
well,
Year's is right around the corner.
yeah. Well, what I'm interpreting right now is that the sacrifice. Oh, you're right. You're right. Hold on, because I thought that's a different week though. where that
Huh?
sacrifice happens, and then after that, then he's like, okay, oh my gosh, girl. Yeah, because verse 6 has a number and it says the 14th day of this month.
All the congregation of Israel. The 10th day of this month, every man shall take a lamb according to their father's house. Oh, the 10th day. So January 10th. January 10th. That's what it says.
Oh,
Um,
January 10th to the 14th.
on this, yeah, on this month, every man shall take a lamb of their father's house, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too small for a lamb, then he and his nearest neighbor shall take according to the number of persons, according to what each can eat. You shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemishes, a male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or from the goat, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of this month, when the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill their lamb at twilight. Oh, so on the 10th day, they all supposed to go out. So they got 4 days to go out, collect their sheep, figure out which been who they're going to feast with. You know, how many people going to be in that house. So they got 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then the house in which they eat. They shall eat the flesh that night, roasted on fire with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall eat it. Um, Powder, like maybe what's it called? I'm thinking about like oregano or
Mm.
basil.
Girl, well, listen, oregano already is like the holy grail of herbs. It's one of
Hmm.
the holy grail of herbs. Like, it's just powerful and you'll hear it all over. Like, just very good for killing the viruses out of a body, cleansing the body, and just really honestly healing it on a really deep level. Oregano is like that that medicine, okay?
Hmm.
So that is interesting. They say bitter.
Its head with its leg and its inner part. Oh, so just kill it, take the blood, and don't take anything.
Yeah.
None of it remain until the morning. Anything that remains until the morning shall burn.
Yeah.
To be able to eat that whole thing. Um,
Yeah. I'm excited right now. Like, I'm excited about the fact like we come into a new year soon and we're talking about like something in the new year. And we
yeah,
already talked about in the past how we feel like some of these celebrations are a distraction.
yeah.
Like, that's to focus on kind of what society views as a new year and how they view as Christmas, but it really should be like a time where we're supposed to be reflective and doing certain things, right?
Mm.
Mm, mm,
So, and then, okay, so then it says, in this manner you shall eat it with your belt fastened, sandals in haste.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but like eat it fast.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
kind of like there.
they want you to like dress very nicely. I feel like dress like just very nice, like you're about to go out
Yeah,
to a
it's the
dinner.
Lord's. It is the Lord's Passover. Okay, so this is called the Passover, where I will pass through the land of Egypt at night, and I will strike all the firstborn, both man and beast. Okay, so we read this part. Yeah, okay. This day shall be your Memorial Day. Okay, so it sounds like this day to the 20.
Yeah, I had to do my finger count real quick. That's sad because I should have knew
So
that from
on the
school.
4th, so January 14th to January 21st is when bread.
21st. 21st to the what? Oh, 7.
January 14th till January 21st is when you shall be eating no unleavened bread.
I gotta write this down, this note thing real quick.
This day shall be for you a Memorial Day. You shall throughout throughout your generation. So they didn't say it, they said this is a continuous thing throughout generations.
Oh, like
Let me see it. I've never heard of it though.
yeah, me neither. But this is also giving me the vibes, guys, of like, well, when I think of yeast, you think of good and bad bacteria. So if you eat too much of it, it can cause you problems. So it kind of almost kind of see it as almost like a cleanse, kind of like eat in moderation and don't eat.
I think I might have heard of this actually. It is a tradition that Jewish people do. So people.
Mm. And Jewish people, y'all, they be like away from the community because it's like they don't believe in our society's views. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much about that because I don't know everything, but that's just what I know. Like, they do things amongst themselves. Like they have their own little community of their
Yeah.
beliefs
Yeah.
and how they view things.
So basically, it's they see it as 8 days because they count the day before. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they count the day before also before they start their Passover, and so
Mm.
it's 8 days. Avoiding eating any food made of grain, leaving grain. So that's anything that's beer, pasta, oatmeal, and liquor. So
Okay. Well, that's some good information.
yeah. So now it does make sense. This is specifically only for Jewish people,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's not specifically for Jewish people because I mean I know. Okay, so I know that this is for the Hebrews that we're talking about the Hebrews right now, which are Jewish people. But for I don't know what chapter we continue reading though, we're gonna
Yeah.
find what Jesus is talking about
But
Gentiles, Jews and Gentiles. And
mm,
Jesus pretty much telling us the same. Like
mm,
Christ and Gentiles are also people under Christ. These people will be accepted by Christ now.
dang, girl, I wish I had a pen. I need to read. I need remind me to remind. Text me that later on. Um. Where we at? Okay, 17. All right. I'm gonna read until verse 28, and then we can stop if you want.
You
Um,
want to stop, or you want
like
me to
yeah,
do it?
you can read if you want, but I just think we should stop at least by 28, verse 28, if you need to. I'm just saying so we can. It's a big chapter.
Yeah.
I'm saying stop so we
Um,
can reflect if we have to.
I'll pick up tomorrow.
No, girl, I'm saying I
Um,
was just saying I was just saying like keep reading even if you want to say something, but stop at 28 if you feel like
okay,
you
I
need
see
to
what
say
you're
something
saying.
so we can kind of start moving through this.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to um. I'm gonna start at 16.
Mhm.
On the first day you shall hold a holy assembly, and on the seventh day a holy assembly. No work shall be done on those days, but what everyone needs to eat, that alone may be prepared by you. Do it so good. Um, and you shall observe the feast of, for on this very day I brought. Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations as a statute forever. In the first month, from the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened until the 21st day of the month evening. For 7 days, no leaven is to be found in your houses. If anyone eats what is leavened, that person will be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he is a sojourner, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all your dwelling places, you shall eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called all the elders of Israel and said to them, "Go and select lambs for yourselves, according to your clans, and kill the Passover lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and touch the lintel and the two doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. Now go out of the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord, when he sees the blood of when he sees the blood, the Lord will pass over the destroyer to enter your houses to strike you. You shall observe this rite as a statute for you and your sons forever. And when you come, that the Lord will give you, as he has promised, you shall keep this service. And when your children say to you, what do you mean by this service? For he passed over in Egypt when he struck the Egyptians but spared our houses. And the people bowed their head and worshipped, and the people of Israel went and did so. And the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. I don't really have a comment, so I'm going to keep reading.
Um, just about that part where she's like, you need to make the food yourself. It just had me thinking about like you don't know what people's intentions be when they're creating food and what energy they're bringing into it. So it's like
Yeah,
you make sure the food that you eat during that time is created by you and not anybody else. So meaning like
yeah,
not out your household.
yeah.
And it
To create the food, that's really the only way you can 100% assure that there's no ingredients that you don't want
mm-hmm.
in there.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because somebody could tell you like, oh, I don't like this or I don't want this in there, and they'll mess up your order so quick.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't listen. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
girl.
gonna call up. I can't work between this time and this time.
Peace. They But I think you would have to tell them though, in the beginning, what your religion is. And
Yeah,
tell them before you get that job, like, yep, I gotta take this time off. Religious
yeah,
purposes.
yeah.
Okay, girl.
Okay, so the 10th plague, death of at at midnight the Lord struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on his throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the livestock. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his all the and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where someone was not dead. When he summoned Moses and Aaron up, the people of Israel, go serve the Lord as you said, as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also.
No, you
The
did not.
audacity.
Literally, you took the words from out of my mouth. The audacity. Excuse me. Yeah.
After chanting
Yeah.
the blessings he's already
Yeah.
received.
You still alive, Pharaoh. You're blessed. Hello. You woke up today.
Right. Your son didn't. Because
Oh. Uh, uh, uh. And why would you want a blessing from Moses and his Lord when you already said that they was kind of evil, basically? And yeah, and you believe in your own religion more like, I don't know, like you don't even respect anybody else's type of deal. Um, and just being hard headed and just all this. And the fact which like you feel like you deserve a blessing, like
girl,
that's crazy. Or any more blessings, I should say.
the audacity.
He's basically like, you know what? Take your flocks, take your herds, and go, and take your people and leave. But wait,
He said,
bless me real quick. Literally,
he said,
like, wait,
stepping, get to stepping.
boy, that's crazy. Like that's like, hold on, that's like a marriage gone bad. Like, take your clothes, take your stuff, and get out my house. But bring me a happy meal on the way back, though. When you like, go bring me a happy meal real quick, though. Like, yeah, okay. Like, like no. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The Egyptians were urgent with the people to send them. They said, "We shall all be dead." So the people took their dough before it was leavened, um, their kneading bowls being bound up in their cloaks on their shoulders. The people of Israel had also done. Wait, yeah, okay. The people of Israel had also done as Moses told them, for they had silver and gold jewelry and for clothing. And the Lord had given the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they let them have what they asked, as they plundered the Egyptians. And the people of Israel journeyed Succoth, um, about 600,000 men on foot, beside a mixed multitude also went up with them, and very much livestock, both flock and herds. And they baked unleavened cakes that they had brought out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thus out of Egypt and could not wait nor have they prepared any provisions for themselves? Um, so robbed the Egyptians of any riches that they have, but they didn't prepare food for themselves. I guess they're not supposed to be eating the leaving anyways, but
Mm-hmm.
they didn't properly prepare for the journey, except to take. It sounds like
Mm. Yeah.
that's a lot of people. What did it say? 6,000 men, and that's not counting the women and children.
Six
600,000.
hundred.
Six
Dang.
hundred
Six
thousand men on
thousand.
foot, not counting the women and children.
Dang.
First, that's a lot of slaves.
Yes.
No wonder Pharaoh was pressed. He's like, y'all finna take six,
The
pretty much my whole people. That's like everybody.
the shock of this all right. This just hit us like
Six
a
hundred thousand people.
600,000. Imagine if you had 600,000 people you was networking with. You be a rich, a rich son of a gun.
Y'all gotta.
Boy, six
But
hundred
you know what? It
thousand.
also made me think about too. It made me think about when the Hebrews first in all of Joseph's family that they were connected. It started off with only 70 Hebrews. So 70 turned into 600,000 over 400 years.
Say that again.
The Hebrews first came to Egypt. Remember, it was Joseph because
Oh,
he was selling that grain.
yeah.
Um, the Pharaoh at that time had welcomed Joseph and his family,
Mm-hmm.
and Joseph's family brought 70 people. They came 70 people deep. So it started off with 70 Hebrews in Egypt,
Yeah.
and 70 turned into 600,000.
Dang, that's the power of like saving like a race, right? Like to repopulate a generation in a,
Yeah.
literally like a ethnicity. Like it takes, I guess it takes a little bit, huh? You
Yeah.
just don't need that many people.
70 is this pretty big group. That's almost 100 people,
Mm,
which is that's like well, that's smaller than a city or a town, but yeah, it
that's
don't take that much. That's like a neighborhood maybe.
yeah. Neighborhood. Girl, I don't know about a neighborhood. I think it's a lot of people. I think it's more than a neighborhood, girl.
Well, maybe I'm thinking one of them like community neighborhoods.
Maybe in my head I'm just not mathing that correctly because I think 600,000 people.
No, I'm talking about the 70 people.
Oh, girl, I was like, hold on. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I was
Six
confused.
hundred thousand. That's like a nation.
I was like, hold on now. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah.
That's like I don't know how many people in Milwaukee, but I would imagine that might be like Milwaukee. I'm sure
Mhm.
it's a couple 100,000 in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a big city.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people in your city.
I don't know.
Better look it up.
It seemed like the way the traffic be, it seemed like we got about that many or more. Woo. Honestly, I think we have more.
Oh, y'all got like over a million people in that
Oh
city.
yeah, that sounds about right, girl.
Let me
Literally.
see. Let me see in Milwaukee. Milwaukee has over 500,000 people. So it's bigger than Milwaukee.
Yeah. All right. Now that we got that established, now we kind of know the numbers. Let's finish us off, girl.
All right. Where am I?
43.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Didn't you finish all that? You finished it and stopped at 40, did you not? Or 42?
I don't think I read this 340 years.
Oh, okay. So you stopped at 40 then. I mean 39.
Oh, yeah. The time the time that the people of Israel lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of 430 years on the land, on that land of Egypt, it was a night of watching by the Lord to bring Egypt. So this same night is a night of watching kept to the Lord by all the people of Israel throughout their generations. Institution of the Passover. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "This is the statute of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat of it. But every slave that is bought for money may eat of it after you have circumcised him."
It's crazy because why are they still talking about slaves? Like, what? They want the Hebrew people.
These people have only known to be slaves their whole life, so it's going to take some time to get that out of their mind that they're no longer.
Okay, that makes sense. For real.
Um, but let me see. Where was I? What the heck? Oh, no foreigner or hired worker may eat of it. It shall be eaten in one house. You shall eat of its bones. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. If a stranger shall sojourn with you and would keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. Then he may come near and keep it. He shall be as a native of the land, but no uncircumcised person shall eat of it. There shall be one law for the native and for the stranger who sojourns among you. All the people of Israel did just as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. And on that very day, the Lord brought the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their hosts.
Success! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. um. Well, they're kind of confirming though that they are talking about slaves. Like no foreigner or hired worker may eat of it. So that's the whole intention of like this Israelite community of Hebrews is going to like be having slaves. That's what this is telling me. But
They're going to be having slaves? I don't
yeah,
think that's what that means. I think I was talking about the Hebrews. All the Hebrews are slaves. So going back to what I said, is
yeah,
probably still calling them slaves because they've been slaves their whole life. That's all they know that to be. So it's saying only the Hebrew slaves will eat this um,
Mm,
Passover thing, and anybody else who may just be a worker or what was the other thing you pointed out? Like
oh,
anybody outside of that community should not share this tradition, pretty much.
interesting.
Um, and the only way they can, if a native, yeah, that's what they call it, a worker or a native. If a native, was it a native? If a native
Or,
wanted to join, or a stranger,
mm-hmm.
one law of a native,
Or a foreigner.
a foreigner, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So basically, if a stranger wanted to join that tradition, they have to get circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
They have to get circumcised in
Yeah.
order to become part of. So pretty much, they gotta become part of one of them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm interested to see the future of this new
mhm.
community of them getting out. So I can't wait to read the rest of this. This is exciting, and
Yeah,
I
it's a
just want
very significant chapter, chapter 12.
yes, I just want to see what's gonna happen.
I kind of want to know what the definition of Exodus means because
Ooh,
just for the fact that it used it as one of the titles in it.
mm. Yeah, I
And
did. Huh?
this is a significant chapter. So Exodus it means a mass departure of people, especially immigrants.
Mm.
Let me see something real quick. Where's the Latin word? So, okay, it's Greek. It's kind of okay. It didn't really give too much information, but it's Greek and English put together to create Exodus. But it makes me, so now knowing the definition, X means old or the past. That's kind of what I think of X and
Mm-hmm.
Oda. I don't know. But basically, departure of people. So, departure, a mass group of people leaving one place to go into a new place.
Mm-hmm.
Exit, that's what I was thinking of. Exit.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Shoot. Oh. Mm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. All right, I'm ready to get up off this live. No cap.
Get on up out of here. You want
Been
to pray us
up,
out?
been up since early. Um, yeah. Um,
Take over. This your life.
Lord, I thank you for the information and the knowledge that you have given us today. I have felt your presence, and I am so grateful. I thank you for blessing us and continue to help us every day. Um, I feel you, and I just ask that your people feel you with them when they are going through a hard time. Um, just guide them and help them see that you're there with them always. Continue to continue to continue to give us bold signs that we need to see um, when we need some redirection or assurance. And I just ask that you protect your people um, who may be who may be going through some really big hardship, just a lot of hardship right now, where their basic needs may not be met. Just give them a warm hand on them and show them love and show them that to have faith Um, and just continue to be with us, be with your people, and give us the energy and give us um the directions that we need in order to continue our journey and continue to do what we have to do every day. Um, and also protect the people that may be maybe experiencing natural disasters in the world today or the aftermaths of it. Lord, I ask that you protect your people and and just make sure that they're safe. Um, you have anything you want to add, or should I close us out? All right, in Jesus' name, Amen.
Amen.
If only I could remember that every single time.
That's our closing
Really
now.
because I'm like into it now.
That's our
I
closing.
I like the Amen version though, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Amen. I like those frequencies. Amen.
There we
It's
go.
powerful.
See, my
I
grandpa knew
feel
what he
it.
was doing.
I feel the Holy Spirit.
He knew what he was
Holy
doing, okay?
activate. Activate.
Like,
All right, y'all. We will see you guys Monday. Be safe. Bye.